And we saw that the vaccines also came all of
Yeah.
a sudden. There was a press conference. I have to admit, a press briefing. The health minister was asked to come to Parliament, etc. There was acute shortage of measles, and all of a sudden the vaccines are in. I think great commendation, but we had to wait for the media to create a sensation about this.
Well,
A very simple supply chain action that ideally shouldn't have become a farce.
it's not a simple matter as we're looking at, you know. We are not the producing country, right? There are companies that are producing the vaccines across the globe, and we also, their focus had shifted to COVID vaccines and all that. And so when the minister had said we had placed order and we're yet to take delivery of them, I agree that it was too long a time because we had virtually achieved almost 100% state of, you know, measles, and this 6 childhood killer disease is not disturbing any child. We had dominion over it. But so to get to know that the shortage of vaccines, it was worrying. I must commend all the media, our brother Kwabena Mintah Kando and the minority in Parliament, and of course the minister himself and his team. The Director General of Ghana Health Service, Patrick Kumar Boaji, doctor, for, you know, the quick response. The minister was asked, and he said, "Look, we had placed order. It's not as if we didn't have the money. They said they had even committed about 72 million to it. So we were expecting them to come. If it's not produced at their source, you cannot take delivery of them." And so he was specifically asked if he could pinpoint a day. He said, no, within 2-3 weeks, we're going to take delivery. Unfortunately, in 2 days' time, we got our first consignment. As we speak, the Director General has issued a release that today, almost every part of the country is taking delivery of these vaccines. And then we are treating parents whose children have been asked to go and come back later for their vaccines to begin to go. And we entreat the hospitals to put them on the proper, you know, structure to get their vaccinations. Measles, polio drops and all that are now available. Let's hope that we don't get these challenges again.
So you say, again, it brings us to the question. I mean, you would expect that beyond the fact that our friends in government have been reckless in their borrowings, beyond the fact that they have been wasteful with our resources, they are also bad planners. I mean, you would expect that.
How do you mean?
You know, you expect that someone who is reckless in his borrowing, someone who is wasteful with the public resources, at least will be a better planner. But all these essential features of a functioning person are lacking with these people. Look, the issue with these vaccines started from November last year. It became heightened and therefore got the attention of medical practitioners to begin to speak out.
Actually, October.
Exactly. How in God's name were we not in position to plan? We do know the process of manufacturing of vaccine. It is not something you go to tabletop and just or the shelf and pick. So you do planning.
So you're saying we took our eye
off
of the ball.
Off. And we're doing something else. I mean, look. And you see, for me, the pain I have with this vaccine shortage is that, look, all of us, one time we're all kids. Imagine if we did not get the benefit of these vaccines, the likelihood of getting TB, because that's what the BCG is used for, polio, and measles. As we speak, there's a release that 5 people have died, kids have died, as a result of the recklessness of our friends in government. This is completely avoidable. Look, and you see, the painful part is that, yet again, they are never responsible. Do you know that it is upon the payment of 6.5 million? That is why this one was released. It has always been a financial problem. Our friends have enough money to do all the useless things except getting vaccines for kids. Last year, the office of the president, internet service alone, they spent 20 million Ghana cedis on it. And telecommunication, 20 million Ghana cedis. Like I indicated earlier, on your independence in Cape Coast, they spent 10.4 million Ghana cedis. Lorry ties and others, 15 million Ghana cedis.
Tell us how much you're spending.
Batteries.
That would have been a proper comparative
They have,
analysis.
look, I mean, you have been extremely wasteful and reckless. And that is why, if you look, when H. John Dramani Mahama, I mean, look at the story. Adom Online, 5 suspected measles-related deaths recorded at Tamale teaching hospital.
Suspected.
Was this not avoidable?
Suspected.
If we had planned a bit, we had been a bit thoughtful.
We had.
Our president is tired. His health minister is tired.
How do you come to that conclusion?
No, but look at their conduct. Look at their conduct. I mean, if the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in his time, if he had contracted any of these 3, either TB, measles, or this, what would have happened today? He is spending Ghana's money on very useless ventures, flying luxurious jets, instead of getting kids simple vaccines.
Free education.
And you see,
How under his administration.
The painful part in all of this is, and look at the earlier documentary you even showed.
The Makango.
The Makango hospital, the fact of no lab, nothing, 120,000 people. I mean, George, these things are quite serious. We are talking about 2023. Not 1992, not 1982, 2023.
What's the difference?
No, what I'm trying to say is that, I mean, you can even say that, oh, in those days, there were challenge, logistics. Today, within 2 minutes, plane can move.
I told you about
within
drone
6
services.
hours.
Forward-looking visionary government.
No, we had shortages.
Yes.
Even with the drone is supposed to carry something.
Yes.
It's supposed to carry the vaccine. So if there is no vaccine, what would the drone be doing? Please don't even bring that.
All right.
The point ought to be made clear that the posturing of the people who have been entrusted with leadership of this country is getting regrettable every day. And let us not hear of vaccine shortage again.
All right.